Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something fundamental, asking ourselves a pretty tough question about how we actually live.
Hmm.
Ryan Holiday puts it so starkly in the Daily Stoic, it kind of stops you in your tracks. He says, don't be afraid of death, and at the same time sit there wasting life on things that don't matter.
Hmm.
He goes on, you are scared to die, but tell me, is the life you're leading any better than death? Right.
Wow. Yeah, that's a punchy way to start. It really highlights this massive contradiction, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. We have this deep fear of, non-existence, of death, and yet, how much of our actual living time do we just let step away?
Right. On trivial things, distractions, just reacting instead of choosing.
Exactly. Reacting, getting caught up in nonsense. It's this strange
Mhm.
paradox.
Yeah.
Terrified at the end, but so casual about the moments we actually have.
Which is why this deep dive feels so important. We want to pull out some real practical wisdom.
Yes. We've got a great stack of sources, ancient thinkers, modern writers, practical guides, to figure out what it really takes to live with intention,
Hmm.
to move from that fear, that distraction, towards purpose. Okay, let's unpack this.
Let's do it. And we've got quite the lineup to help us. We're drawing from Ryan Holiday, of course, but also Leo Tolstoy's Calendar of Wisdom.
Oh, fantastic.
Insights from the Talmud, the practicality of Seneca, the wisdom of Confucius, even Gabriel Garcia Marquez,
Wow, quite a mix.
and a couple of really insightful essays, How to Live Like an Artist and The Art of Living. And what's really striking, you'll see, is how they all, despite coming from such different places,
Yeah.
they all kind of converge on this core idea. You have to consciously create a meaningful life.
It's not passive.
Not at all. This isn't just, philosophy for the sake of it. It's about your actual choices today, right now. How do you shift from just drifting to actively living?
Okay, so where do we start?
Yeah.
If we're wasting life, maybe the first question is, why? What's the root of that?
Well, a lot of it seems to come from inside us, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. How many times have you, and I know I've done this, felt that surge of anxiety or anger or even jealousy?
Oh, definitely.
And it just pushes you. You do something, say something you later just completely regret.
Like firing off that angry email without thinking.
Exactly. Or snapping at someone you love, or just
Yeah.
scrolling, mindlessly scrolling for hours when you know there's something better you could be doing.
Letting those feelings run the show, greed, frustration, they can really lead you down a bad path.
It's like our emotions hijack the steering wheel. We become reactors, not actors.
Which brings us to Marcus Aurelius. Almost 2,000 years ago, he nailed this.
What do you say?
He wrote, and it still hits hard today, "You've endured countless troubles all from not letting your ruling reason do the work it was made for. Enough already."
Enough already. It's like he's yelling across the centuries, stop doing this to yourself.
Pretty much. He's talking about letting our impulses, our fears, our fleeting moods make the decisions instead of engaging,
Yeah.
our thinking brain.
Our ruling reason.
Yeah.
What exactly did he mean by that? Is it just logic?
It's more than just logic, actually. What's fascinating here is that ruling reason is seen as our core human faculty. It's the part of us designed to think things through, to separate what's really important from what's just noise.
Okay.
And crucially, to keep perspective, even when things feel chaotic or emotional, it's what makes us human, distinct from just instinct.
So it's the part that can pause, look at the situation, and then decide.
Precisely. Step back from the immediate emotional storm. The Stoics really believed in this. They said, letting our reason rule the day might seem like more work, but it saves us quite a bit of trouble.
Right. It feels harder in the moment to stop and think instead of just lashing out or giving in.
It does feel like an extra step, but think about Ben Franklin saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Ah, okay. So engaging reason before acting is the prevention.
Exactly. It stops you from creating messes you have to clean up later. It prevents the regret, the bad consequences. Your brain is literally built for this, to analyze, to prioritize, to focus your energy where it matters.
You're proactive, not just reactive.
Yes. And this idea isn't just Western. There's this beautiful concept from Eastern wisdom, too,
Oh, yeah.
that sees human intellect as a divine lamp, and its light penetrates to the depth of things.
A divine lamp. I like that.
Imagine you have this inner light. When you choose to switch it on, it cuts through all the confusion, the superficial stuff.
That noise?
The noise, exactly. It helps you see what's truly important. It helps you solve problems that seem impossible, understand people better, figure out who you want to be.
It shows you the path.
It shows you your path. It lights the way.
Okay, so this is huge. It means we're not just puppets of our emotions. We have this this inner superpower, this ruling reason, this lamp.
We absolutely do.
But, it's one thing to know you have it, another to actually use it, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or angry.
Yeah.
How do you flip that switch? What's the practical first step?
I think the very first step is just pause.
Just stop for a second.
Just a breath. Create a tiny space between the stimulus and your response. Detach for just one moment from that impulse.
Okay. And then?
Then ask questions. Good questions. Instead of just reacting, ask yourself, okay, what's really going on here? Beyond my initial feeling, what would the best version of me do right now?
Well, that's a good one.
What are the long-term consequences of this choice, not just the immediate feeling? Is this fear talking, or is it my reason?
So interrogating the impulse a bit.
Exactly. Thinking it through. It's a practice. It doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
Each time you do it, you strengthen that capacity. You take back control.
You start actually steering the ship instead of just being tossed around by the waves.
That's the foundation. Intentional living starts right there.
Okay, so we have this tool, this reason. How do we apply it to the bigger picture, to life itself?
Well, that leads beautifully into this other core idea, this metaphor that Kathy Better expresses so well, and it echoes in our other sources too.
What's the metaphor?
She says, life is raw material. We are artisans. We can sculpt our existence into something beautiful or debase it into ugliness. It's in our hands.
Life is raw material. We are artisans. Wow. That shifts things, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you active, not passive.
Okay, hang on. Let me picture this. So it's like, imagine a big lump of clay just sitting there.
Right. Undifferentiated potential.
And you can either just poke at it, let it dry out into a weird shape, maybe even mess it up completely.
Let chance or impulse dictate its form.
Or you can pick up tools, think about what you want to make, and actually start shaping it carefully, intentionally.
Exactly. Into something amazing, something meaningful. Your life, your time, your choices, your attention, that's the clay.
And I'm the one holding the tools. The power is literally in my hands. Okay. Here's where it gets really interesting.
It is interesting because artisan implies more than just making something. It implies skill, intention, effort, patience.
Right. A sculptor knows what they're aiming for, even if it changes a bit. They have techniques. They don't just randomly hack away.
Precisely. They respect the material. They understand that every single touch matters. Every choice adds or subtracts something. That divine lamp we talked about, it's guiding the artisan's hand.
So bringing this back to life, every choice I make is like a movement of the sculptor's tool.
Absolutely. Think about it in concrete terms. You choose to be kind to someone who's obviously having a bad day, even though you're busy.
Yeah.
That's a shaping action. You're sculpting compassion into your life, into your character.
Okay, I see. Or deciding to stick with something hard, like learning a new skill or fixing a relationship instead of just giving up.
That's carving resilience. You're making the foundation of your life stronger. It's a deliberate act of building.
What about choosing to read a book instead of, doom scrolling?
You're refining your intellect, adding detail and depth to your inner world, or helping out at home without being asked.
Sculpting connection.
Yeah.
Service.
Yes. Or telling the truth even when it's incredibly awkward or difficult.
Chiseling integrity right into the core of who you are.
Exactly. These aren't just random acts. They are deliberate shaping forces.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just about the huge life decisions like career or marriage.
Not at all. Those matter, of course. But the real sculpting happens in the small daily choices. It's cumulative.
Like how you start your morning, how you respond to a frustrating email, how you spend that spare 10 minutes.
All of it. Every tiny decision adds up. It's like brushstrokes on a canvas. Either you're intentionally creating something beautiful and meaningful, or you're just mindlessly smushing the clay, letting it become formless, reactive, maybe even ugly. An artisan pays attention to the small details.
So, right now, listening to this, you, the listener, you're sculpting. With your attention, with your next choice. What are you shaping? Is it intentional?
It's a powerful lens to view your day through, isn't it?
It really is. But, okay, let's be real. Being an artisan, sculpting this amazing life, it's not always going to be smooth sailing, right?
It's definitely not.
What about when other people don't get it? When they criticize your choices because, your sculpture looks different from theirs?
Ah, yes. External pressure. Criticism. It's a huge factor.
Like you decide you want to spend your weekends volunteering or learning an instrument instead of going out partying every night. People might think you're weird.
They might. Or boring. Or missing out.
But if that choice aligns with your values, makes you feel purposeful, It's the right choice for your art, isn't it?
Absolutely. And Seneca had some direct advice on this.
The Stoic again. What did he say?
He said, basically, don't worry about how many people admire you. Worry about the quality of the people who do. And then he adds this kicker. If bad people dislike you, so much the better.
Huh. Okay, so if people living shallow lives don't like your deep choices, that's actually a good sign.
In a way, yes. It means you're prioritizing substance over superficial approval. You're not shaping your life to please everyone, especially those whose values you don't share.
And Tolstoy touched on this too, didn't he?
Yeah.
About wisdom attracting criticism.
He did. He made the point that real wisdom inevitably shows up the flaws or, as he put it, the stupidity of a bad life.
Ouch.
Yeah, and people don't usually take kindly to having their comfortable illusions revealed, so naturally they criticize the wisdom or the person embodying it.
So if you're trying to live intentionally, you should almost expect some pushback.
It seems unavoidable if you're deviating from the norm. Seeking universal approval is a recipe for mediocrity, or worse, it pulls you away from your own authentic creation.
Because wisdom, by its nature, challenges the status quo.
Exactly. It implicitly judges choices made without thought or principle. People feel that judgment, even if it's unspoken, and they react.
So, Seneca's point about bad people disliking you, it's not about being deliberately provocative, but about recognizing that if your values are solid, they will clash with less virtuous ones.
Precisely. Their disapproval confirms you're likely holding firm to something worthwhile. It's a sign you haven't compromised your vision.
Okay, this reminds me of that Talmud quote too, the one about heavens and earth. How does that fit?
Ah, yes. The heavens do not approve when we sin, and the earth does not approve when we are virtuous.
It sounds paradoxical, right?
It does. What's the takeaway there?
I think it reinforces this idea that ultimate validation doesn't come from outside, not from society, the earth, not even necessarily from some divine scorekeeper, the heavens in this context. You can't rely on external applause or condemnation as your primary guide.
So you need something else. An internal guide.
Exactly. You need an internal compass. Which brings us to Dave Ramsey's concept of the why.
Your reason for doing what you're doing. Yes, but more than just a reason. He says, when you care so deeply about the why, then and only then are you operating in a way that allows you to overcome the obstacles.
Has to be deep, not superficial.
It has to be profound. Think about climbing a mountain. If you're only doing it because someone dared you, or for bragging rights,
Yeah.
how likely are you to push through when it gets really tough, when you're exhausted, cold, maybe scared?
Probably not very likely. You'd look for an excuse to turn back.
But if you're climbing because you have this deep personal yearning to see that specific sunrise from that specific summit, because it means something profound to you.
Then the struggle is just part of getting there.
Exactly. The obstacles become challenges to overcome, not reasons to quit. Your why fuels your resilience. It keeps you pointed north,
Right.
regardless of the weather or what say.
So knowing your why, your deep purpose, is what protects you from criticism and keeps you going.
It's your anchor. It's
Yeah.
your engine. This raises an important question, though. How do we stay motivated, especially when we stumble, when we make mistakes in our sculpting?
Because we absolutely will make mistakes. Even the best artisans mess up sometimes. They drop a tool, make a wrong cut.
Of course. It's part of the process.
So what then? Just give up, say, I'm a terrible sculptor.
No way. That's where Confucius comes in with such practical wisdom.
What did he advise?
He said, a man who has committed a mistake and doesn't correct it is committing another mistake.
Ah, so the mistake isn't the problem. The real mistake is not learning from it.
Precisely. It's not about aiming for flawless perfection from the start. That's impossible. It's about honest self-assessment.
Seeing where you went wrong, why it happened.
Understanding it, and then, crucially, course-correcting. Adjusting your technique, your approach.
Embracing the fact that creation is iterative. You try, you mess up, you learn, you try again, but better.
Yes, maybe you reacted badly or neglected something important or took a shortcut that didn't work. The key is not to wallow in the error, but to use it.
Use the mistake as feedback.
Exactly. Pick up your tools again. Refine your vision based on what you learned. Start shaping again, but with more wisdom this time. Your masterpiece isn't ruined by a mistake. It's often deepened by the learning that comes from correcting it.
Okay, so we need reason, we need artistry, we need a strong why, and we need the resilience to correct mistakes. That's a lot to sustain.
It is, which is why the next piece of wisdom is so vital and often overlooked.
What's that?
The wisdom of rest. Even the most dedicated artisan needs to step back.
Right, you can't sculpt 24/7.
You really can't. There's that saying, the best bridge between despair and hope is a good night's sleep.
That feels so true sometimes.
And it's not about being weak or lazy. It's profound wisdom. Knowing when your energy is gone, when your perspective is shot, when you just need to stop.
Recharge the batteries.
Recharge, restore, let things settle. It's directly connected to that idea of refining your life's work. An artist steps back from the canvas, right?
Yeah, to see it fresh, to get perspective.
Exactly. You see things you missed when you were too close. Rest does that for life. A good sleep, a break, time off, it clears the mental clutter.
Lets you process things, maybe. Consolidate the learning from those mistakes we talked about.
Absolutely. You come back with renewed energy, clearer vision, maybe even more creativity. It makes the whole process sustainable and, frankly, more joyful.
Instead of just a relentless grind towards burnout.
Exactly. Rest isn't pausing the work, it's part of the work. It's an investment in the quality of your future sculpting.
Okay, this is all starting to form a coherent picture. Use reason, be the artisan, know your why, correct mistakes, take rests.
Yeah.
As we pull these threads together, is there a single core idea that stands out?
I think there is. It comes up again and again, especially in Stoicism, but it feels universally applicable. Do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter.
Do the right thing. That sounds simple, but is it?
It's simple, but not necessarily easy, but it's profoundly simplifying. When you focus on acting from principle, what you know is right, true, kind, courageous, and you concentrate your energy only on what you actually control, your thoughts, your choices, your actions.
Not external stuff like opinions or outcomes you can't guarantee.
Exactly. When you do that, so much of the noise just fades away. The criticism, the distractions, the pressure, they lose their power when your focus is just on doing the right thing in this moment.
It anchors you.
It does. And it brings us back to that divine lamp idea. Our intellect, our reason, it's our birthright. It's the tool we have to illuminate what the right thing actually is in any given situation.
You just have to consciously choose to use it.
Yeah.
To turn on the lamp?
Yes. To cut through the fog and see clearly. And, thinking about clarity and doing things well reminds me of that Gabriel Garcia Marquez quote.
The one about writing.
Yes. He said, "There's nothing better than something well written. It's a simple appreciation for craft."
Okay, how does that connect to living?
Well, think about what well written implies. It implies intention, right?
Yeah.
Purpose behind every word, every sentence.
Craftsmanship. Skill.
Yeah.
Choosing the right word. Structuring it effectively.
Revision. Looking critically, cutting, polishing. It's never perfect on the first try. It takes effort, iteration.
Okay, I see the parallel.
Yeah.
Good living needs that same intention, craft, revision.
Exactly. It needs that same level of care. We approach our life not as something that just happens to us, but as something we are actively, skillfully creating. A work in progress.
So when we put it all together, reason, artistry, purpose, resilience, rest, focusing on the right thing.
We find the antidote to that initial paradox from Ryan Holiday. We stop fearing death while wasting life.
How so?
Because we start living with such purpose, such intention, that our life itself becomes the point. It becomes its own justification.
You shift from just trying to avoid bad stuff or get through the day.
To being genuinely excited about creating good stuff, building something meaningful, shaping something beautiful with the time you have.
You move from just avoiding death to actually truly embracing life.
Yes, you become someone shaping a masterpiece, not just someone waiting for the clock to run out. It's a total transformation of perspective.
Wow, okay. So that's the heart of it then. You are the artist.
You are.
And this life is your sculpture, your painting, your story. It's always in progress. Every day you pick up those tools, your choices, your attention, your energy.
And you decide what to create. It's ongoing. It's about the effort, the intention, the learning.
It's not about instant perfection. It's about the process of creation itself.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe the question for everyone listening is this. What will you choose to sculpt today? What action, however small, will reflect your deep purpose, your inner why?
Yeah.
And how can you start making that real right now with your very next choice? Even the smallest stroke counts.
It absolutely does. Remember, it's a journey. And maybe the most meaningful thing we can do is to keep showing up, keep sculpting, keep trying to create something worthy of this incredible brief chance we've been given.
Carry that with you. That quiet power of the artisan.
Go shape something beautiful.